I just delivered a project to a client of mine. The project took me 2 months, but I only spent about 100 hours during those 2 months because I had additional obligations. The client paid me $10,000 for custom development. I gave him a very comfortable price. The reasons for that was because a large part of the IP, intellectual property, we had a deal about that I was going to keep the property, the IP for the project. The client wanted to have a financial assistance. So my client had access to an SFTP site where he could download zipped CSV files that contained information about every single company in Sweden. There are 1.5 million companies in Sweden that are by law required to give financial KPIs to the government once a year. And the client had access to all of this data. He wanted an AI chatbot that could use this data and communicate with it. And he wanted the ability to show charts and download PDF files as reports and generate PDF reports, etc. My client has shown this system to a lot of accountants and other types of individuals whom have tested the system, whom have told my client that this saves them several hours per day. So he already has a lot of interest in the system and has pre-sold to dozens of these people. The project went live a couple of days ago. I invoiced my client $10,000. My client pays in addition $498 per month for me to host it and manage it. Included in that price is a handful of support hours. And in addition to that, it is using GPT-4o. My client is paying for his own OpenAI API account. So that's an additional $50 a month or something. So the total cost for the client is $10,000 and $550 a month. Before the client asked me to do it, he had asked a Ukrainian outsourcing company. Ukraine is a low-cost country. So on most stuff, Ukrainian software companies can underbid me by 75%. However, for this particular project, the Ukrainian company wanted $12,000 and they could deliver approximately 25% of my client's requirements. That means that I was 5 times as less expensive and productive as the Ukrainian outsourcing company. And the reasons for that, there's a lot of reasons for that, but one of the reasons is, of course, because I specialize in AI solutions. Custom AI solutions is literally what I do. I also have existing building blocks that I'm leveraging as I'm delivering such projects. But, and I need to emphasize, more importantly, I take all software development practices and I flush them down the toilet. I did this project single-handedly alone. And regardless of how many software developers I hire in the future, that's how every single project that I need is going to be conducted. No teamwork. I didn't have any of the additional overhead crap, such as, multiple environments and, QA environments, dev environments, etc., etc. So the cloud costs for my client in the end was reduced by 95%. I didn't apply any of the Scrum rubbish or stand-up meetings or grooming session meetings, or I didn't have a PM the software developer was the PM and the software developer and the architect, and yeah, you're looking at him, etc., etc. So now with that in mind, let me show you the project. Here I am at the application. You can find it at app.fintel.ai. As you can see, the project has SSO. I'm going to log in with my Thomas at the iniro.io user. And the project is intended for the Swedish market. So I am going to tell it to please answer all my questions in English. Because by default, the system will answer all questions you phrase to it in Swedish. Now, at this point, I can do search for Volvo. That's obviously a Swedish company, as you're probably aware of. So let's have a look at what it comes up with. And now it's doing a lookup into a database where it has the contents from all of the CSV file, which I created to hold contents of the CSV files. Now, if I, for instance, do, let me see, look up the details for, now what it's going to do, so it already knows the organization number for Volvo Treasury Aktiebolag. It's going to look up information about it, such as organization number, company name, its status, when it was created, registration date, legal group, blah, 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 all of that stuff, number of employees, and even its address and phone number and everything. And here you can see activity description and company signatures and group structures. Now I can ask who are its directors, at which point it's going to show me all the directors associated with this company. And then I can continue drilling down. Please show me its 3 most important KPIs. Now it's going to automatically determine what the 3 most important KPIs are, and it's going to show them for the last 5 years, or yeah, 5 years. And in addition to that, not only does it show KPIs as numbers, but it's also capable of generating charts, which is a big thing for finances. And then if I want to create a report analyzing the company's sustainability based upon these 3 KPIs, and I guess that's enough. So now I'm generating a report based upon these 3 KPIs. And when the system is done, generate the exact same report, but finish with a chart. Finish with the same chart you created previously. So now when it's done generating a report, of course, I can download this report as a PDF, and I can send it to whomever I want to send it to. Let's see, export to .pdf, and here's the PDF, right? If my client had asked anybody else to implement this project in US and Northwest Europe, it would easily have costed him $50,000 to $100,000. And I didn't even show you the backend. The backend allows the client to export email addresses of people registering using SSO and connect it to his marketing system. I didn't even show you payments. The system has integrated payments, which implies that if the user asks more than 3 questions, then a payment form will automatically pop up telling the user he needs to pay, redirecting the user to Stripe, creating a subscription for the user, automatically associating the user with a subscription plan in its backend, allowing him to continue asking multiple questions. It's got multiple payment plans, 3 different tiers, etc., etc., etc. So, what do you think this system would have costed? Well, we already know what the Ukrainian company could do. They could do 25% of what I could do, and they wanted 12,000 euros. You know, a project like this in the Western Hemisphere would easily cost you $100,000, probably even more. Why? Because of rubbish software development processes, amongst other things. That is one of the most crucial things. I invoice the client $10,000 and my client has a SaaS company, an AI Chatbot SaaS company, similar to Perplexity AI, $10,000.